Coming up on MCTV this week, we look at the aftermath of last week's snowstorm, and we also show you the progress of the new Science and Business building. This week starts now. Welcome to MCTV This Week with Michelle Nutting. I'm Haley Turner. Thanks for joining us. Monmouth College students, faculty, and supporters await the arrival of the new Business and Science building.
Following a meeting with President Ditzler, questions have been answered as to how close the school is to the new facility and who is donating for the construction.
At this point, we're looking for something over $40 million worth of promises and pledges, and the majority of those are from our graduates. Not all of it. There are foundations that are supporting us.
The new building costs could affect student tuition even more than assisting to create the structure.
But primarily what we need to do is make sure that we make that bump as small as possible.
The timetable of the new building is in the hands of the Board of Trustees.
Obviously what we'd like to do is raise as much money as possible before we start. That will minimize the amount of money we have to borrow. They might decide that this summer would be a good time to start building. They might decide to delay it a little bit, but in the past, our uncertainty was measured in years. It might be 1, 2, 3, or 4 years. I think our uncertainty is now measured in months.
According to President Ditzler, the decision about what to do with HT has not yet been made.
Last week's snowstorm left most of the country blanketed. Within hours of the snow starting to fall on Monmouth, students and faculty wondered if there would be classes last Wednesday. According to a report in the Monmouth Review Atlas, classes were canceled, but no college official had actually canceled classes for February 2nd.
We were somewhat surprised when we looked at the newspaper in the morning or listened to the radio and heard that Monmouth College was closed. Once that announcement is out, it's very difficult to say, let's go ahead and hold classes. Someone could have good-naturedly said, I have a contact at the radio station, why don't I call them? Or someone might have called the radio station and mimic my voice.
According to Matt Hutton, the editor-in-chief of the Monmouth Review Atlas, a reporter misread a radio or television report about the cancellation. According to the National Weather Service, 20 inches fell on Monmouth. With that much snow on the ground, the college has been steadily working to clear roads, parking lots, and sidewalks. The maintenance staff worked a total of 430 hours on Thursday to make sure that campus was back to normal. According to Bill Trimble, the custodial service manager, the physical plant has done a great job in response to the storm. Employees have gone out of their way to make it to campus. Although most roads are clear, large amounts of snow, like this one, are not going away anytime soon. For MCTV, I'm Michelle Nutting. Have you ever been bullied? One student organization is taking action to stop bullying altogether. Nicole Olin is in the newsroom with more. Nicole?
Last Thursday, students organized Tonight People wanted to raise awareness about bullying on campus.
Members of SOUP invited students to Hughes Library to discuss bullying in schools and what can be done to make students more aware of bullying.
Now we're doing this no name calling program, an anti-bullying program, that we thought it would be beneficial for students to learn how to stop bullying and why it's important, and how bullying can really affect people.
SOUP is also planning a week in April dedicated to the awareness of bullying on college campuses.
For more information about SOUP, you can contact Carissa Inman at kinman@monmouthcollege.edu.
Students who studied abroad in the new Heartland to Highlands program spoke about their experiences studying in a different country. On January 28th, students talked about their journey studying abroad in Scotland. In addition to students, a few professors also talked about the different courses offered at the schools in Scotland that are not offered here. The seminar was informative for anyone interested in studying abroad in Scotland or anywhere else.
I think students can benefit in several ways. They will typically find out that the rest of the world often thinks differently than we do here in the States. I think they'll have a lot more experience in understanding how to work for and deal with companies that often are global now or international in their work. And generally speaking, the students who go off campus come back more mature and generally more focused in terms of their studies.
For more information about studying abroad, you can visit the Off-Campus Study website at department.monm.edu/offcampus.
On Monday, the first archaeology lecture of the semester focused on artifacts that had been broken on purpose.
And we're
Chair of Northwestern University's Anthropology Department, James Brown's research focused on the Spiro site in eastern Oklahoma. He said that when it was excavated, archaeologists were surprised to find that many of the artifacts had been damaged before they had been dug up.
And copper, but it also has... Yeah, a lot of these artifacts that look very museum-worthy were deliberately broken. Large ones, small ones. In some way, they had to be ruined. And they went to elaborate lengths to smash some of them.
In addition to the number of artifacts found in Oklahoma, Brown mentioned the Cahokia sites in southern Illinois, and that he believes that the Monmouth region could house a number of uncovered artifacts.
Yeah, along the Mississippi, quite a number. There's some very rich sites. Some have been dug, but I'm sure many of them have not been dug.
The second archaeology lecture of the semester will be held next Thursday at 7:30 in the Morgan Room of Poling Hall. The speaker will be Michael Waint, director of the Dickinson Mounds Museum. Waint will talk about the Illinois civilizations over 1,000 years ago during the Woodland period.
On Wednesday, January 26th, bingo and karaoke brought students to Scotland Yard for after hours. Students displayed their singing talents and played bingo to win prizes, which included free Flex dollars, a free weekly bagel from Einstein's Bagels, a Snuggie, and more. As always, students could take advantage of free drinks and expanded food options as well. ASAP features events and activities throughout the school year that MC students want to see happen.
A lot of it is based on what their opinion is. So if something you want to share something, you can come to one of our meetings and let us know, and we can do our best to fit it into our schedule.
The next after hours will feature Ryan Clausen, aka Mr. Attraction, tonight at 9:30 in Scotland Yard.
ASAP and SOTA have recently brought new activities to campus.
Tony's there. I never cut my own hair. I don't think taxes are fair, and I never take theirs. I've lost every single night. I got 20/20 side. I've never been in a fight.
On January 28th, ASAP brought musical comedian Brian O'Sullivan to campus, who entertained students with his parody-inspired tunes.
She walked in, she said, yeah, I heard that the comedian, he's funny, but he can't sing very well.
I thought he was really good. Definitely different kind of comedian I've seen before. He's doing song and comedy at the same time, so it was fun. It was a good time. He definitely interacted with the crowd, made some people uncomfortable, but that's what made it funny.
I would say pop culture, innocent guy saying dirty things.
Student joint band danced into a revolution and Jenga'd their way throughout game night, sponsored by SOTA.
It's not every day that you and your friends can make your own music video. On Saturday, February 5th, ASAP and SOTA held a combined event where you could play video games, eat pizza, and make your own music video. Matt Werner of ASAP decided to make his own video.
I remember doing this my freshman year, and I made a video for my mom. I gave it to her for Mother's Day because it was second semester towards the end of the semester.
ASAP's next event is a movie night this Friday at 7 p.m. in Doll Chapel.
Taking a look at some events on campus this week. Tomorrow, the Communication Studies Department is showcasing the work of students. Come listen to students enrolled in the fall 2010 Com 101 classes give their best speeches. Tonight, After Hours continues with Ryan Clausen, aka Mr. Attraction, from 9 to 11:30 in Scotland Yard. Interested in becoming an orientation leader? Pick up an application from Diane Henson in the Stockdale office. Applications are due March 4th. And the Office of Intercultural Life is selling Valentine's Day crush cans from now until Friday during lunch and dinner in the Stockdale Center.
Coming up in sports after the break, the men's basketball team take on Beloit and St. Norbert, and the women fight for playoff contention.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.
Welcome back. The men's basketball team struggled to find consistency against St. Norbert last Friday. Forward Jake Willis was the only player in double digits as he scored 11 points. The Scots fell to St. Norbert 62-42, their 6th straight loss.
Well, we just had to make shots. That was our hope was shot a very low percentage, and we just had to find a way to complete plays and put enough points on the board to have a shot to win.
The men took to the hardwood again on Saturday against Beloit. The Scots fell behind early and could never catch back up. Coming out into a second half, the Fighting Scots were down by 9 until Beloit went on to an 11-0 run. From there, the lead was too great to overcome. Monmouth shot 35% for the game compared to Beloit's 51%. Monmouth was led in scoring by Corey Gruber with 11, while Corey Bishop was right behind with 10. The Scots increased the losing streak to 7 straight with this loss to Beloit, 76-63.
I think it turned about halftime. You know, we didn't come out to match, you know, their intensity. We weren't ready for what they threw at us.
Monmouth faces Lake Forest tonight at home at 7. The women's hoops team welcomed first-place St. Norbert to Glennie Gymnasium on Friday night in a battle for the Midwest Conference lead. Rejections by Marla Willard and Erica Puig set the tone early. Colleen Forrest hit her first three-pointer from the left wing with 7 minutes remaining in the first half to give the Scots a 17-13 lead. But with 8 seconds left in the half, St. Norbert hit a bucket and went into halftime with the lead 25-23. Forrest led a second-half run by the Scots, hitting back-to-back triples to give MC a 34-29 lead with under 15 minutes to go. Another Forrest three capped off a 15-2 scoring blitz, opening up a 56-47 lead with 4.5 minutes to go. Forrest would finish with 6 threes and 18 points. 3 turnovers in a row for Monmouth fueled a 14-0 St. Norbert run to end the game 61-56.
All we really had to do was take care of the basketball. Probably would have been better off just holding it and letting the shot clock expire.
With this loss, the Fighting Scots fall to 10-3 in conference and 12-6 overall. The Scots are hosting Lake Forest currently in Glennie Gymnasium. Haley and Michelle will be back right after this. Here are your scores for this week.
What's this? You all need to recycle this mess.
Recycle them. Mama's Garage.
With the thought of graduation soon approaching, Jamie Shingothi shines the spotlight on one senior who has been involved throughout his college experience. With our first Senior in Focus segment, Jamie.
I recently spoke with Ben Morrow about his involvement on campus and how he plans to take his leadership skills to the real world.
I would say the first 2 years I was a little bit more timid than I am now. And
studying abroad in India helped to change Ben as a person.
I just really opened myself up when I went to India and kind of found who I wanted to be and who I am. And from then on, it's kind of been a rapid growth process to who I want to be when I'm older. I am the head resident of Graham Hall. The tennis team captain. I'm in SIGEP, and I'm the newspaper photographer.
Why be so involved?
I don't like to be bored, and so I just jumped out there.
Ben tells us what his plans are after college.
I'm working for my national fraternity as a regional director. My contract is for 11 months, and afterwards I'm going to move to New York and try to find work at a Fortune 500 company. It's my dream.
To nominate a senior, go to our homepage and add us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter.
And that's MCTV This Week. I'm Ross Donnan.
And I'm Haley Turner. Make sure you tune in next week for another edition of MCTV This Week.
And I'm Michelle Nunding. You can also watch us on the web by going to monm.edu/MCTV. We'll see you next week.